session. Today we're going to do a reading. It's going to be about who or what is about to be exposed. And when I say about, this is just timing in terms of whenever this comes across you. And it obviously resonates and all that. So let's just dive right in. Who or what is going to be exposed? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, well, I will take that foot over, and I will take the one on top of that. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. Wow, okay. So, what we have the Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, if I can hold the cards, the Hanged Man, the Star card. Alright. And then we have the bottom of the deck is the Tower. Wow. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Let's just start clarifying, shall we? Starting out with that Ace of Wands. Who or what is being exposed with this Ace of Wands? What is this indicating for the collective, please? Thank you, Spirit. Who or what is about to be exposed? Anything else about this Ace of Wands? Okay. Okay. Oh my. Wow, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, damn. So, clarifying that Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Swords coming out like that. And then we have the Temperance card and the Wheel of Fortune upright. And then we have the Six of Wands and Four of Wands coming out like that. And then Ace of Pentacles upright. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. Beautiful vibes already. So this seems like something good that's being exposed. So the Ace of Wands, I was honestly expecting it to get a little naughty at that point, because the Ace of Wands does have that underlying spicy message behind it. Like somebody that's very attracted to you. But with the Six of Swords coming out like that, that gives me this impression that somebody is leaving something behind and going towards you. And it seems like there's something about timing. The timing's right. They see you clearly with that Temperance card. They see your power and maybe your connection to the divine. So typically I would say maybe this is somebody that's coming towards you asking you for advice because you're very knowledgeable in terms of divine wisdom. So maybe this is somebody that wants some spiritual advice. That's what I would usually say. But with the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands coming out like that, it feels like their intention here is to have success when it comes to creating a union between the two of you. That's like their motivating factors here. So like not only do they want to leave whatever they had in the past and go towards a future that they think is going to be more full of optimism, hope, opportunity. They're very excited about the possibilities that are potential possibilities that are possible here. This is interesting. I have never been drawn to the red ribbons before on these cards. It's so funny. I don't know why they're sticking out, but that reminds me of the red string theory. I believe that's what it's called, where it's like two souls. They have that red string that connects them, and then it's just like when they meet up, it's like sparks or something like that, I think, and that's like a soulmate sort of thing, I think. If I'm not mistaken, I'll definitely look it up later. But it's interesting too that these red ribbons that are sticking out to me are also tied up in a bow. There's something about a present or a gift. Yeah, actually that would make sense too, because what we have following that is the Ace of Pentacles. This could be somebody that has a gift for you. It is possible that they see you being very successful and maybe surpassing some sort of milestone. So it's always the possibility that maybe this is somebody that's rewarding you after you finished or completed something, you had success in something. Maybe you won a competition and then there's a prize or something. But there is that romantic undercurrent I'm getting. Well, the Four of Wands can have that romantic undertone, but maybe this is not romantic. I just feel like there's some romance here, but I could be wrong, because there's not a lot of cup energy. So maybe it's at its beginning stages where they just sense a pull towards you. They have this attraction towards you, and then they want to explore that. This could be somebody very new into your life, coming into your life. They see you as somebody that has a lot going on for themselves. You look really good. It looks like you're successful, but it's more than just the superficial. It's like there's a deep abundance that lies within you, if that makes any sense. It's like your whole person is abundant. It's not just one or two things on the surface. You give off this light from within, it feels like, of maybe confidence or self-assuredness, faith in yourself, love, self-love, definitely could be a thing here. You've learned how to do certain things on your spiritual path or your self-improvement journey, and it feels like that is really what's attracting this towards you. So whether this is like a prize for, surpassing something that you've been planning on surpassing for some time, it definitely could have something to do with your creativity or your creative projects that you've been working on. Also, the Ace of Wands, sometimes I see that as like a hand holding a wand in terms of like a spiritual sense, or not spiritual, magical sense, like let me, the wave of the wand and now I have my wish come true. So I feel like it could be something that you're manifesting. It definitely could have to do with being in the public eye, being celebrated for your spiritual wisdom, and maybe your story in general. So I'm almost even wondering, is this somebody coming towards you, or is this you leaving something behind? I feel like it could definitely go either way, because I am connecting with the collective, so there's probably people that resonate with the different storylines. This could be somebody coming towards you with a gift because you hit some sort of milestone, but it also could be that you're just coming into a time of success because you've made the right choices, you've made the proper actions that were necessary for you to achieve some sort of manifestation here. And the Ace of Wands, I feel like this sense of like this is only the beginning too. So it feels like something is going on here where it's like this is just a taste of success, even though it's going to be very fulfilling. I think this is something to kind of give you faith in your purpose, give you some sense of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, or, this is what I'm meant to do in terms of living your purpose. Because, yeah, it feels like you're manifesting something here, and it's going to be the start to something beautiful with that Ace of Pentacles. So like this gift could be like a trophy or something, or it feels like it could be a physical reminder of your success. Yeah, so whether that be like a trophy or a prize, if you won like a competition or a contest or something, could be something along those lines. And it's actually very beautiful, because if that's the case, the bottom of the deck energy with that Sun card, this is going to make you feel really happy, going to really help you feel lighter if you've been feeling a little bit heavy and down, which that Six of Swords could potentially indicate that you are coming out of a time of things just not going your way, or maybe even feeling a little bit bleak, or feeling like the environment that you were in, or maybe the people you were around or something just wasn't matching your vibe, or made you feel not your best, you know? But I feel like this is really good. And honestly, in terms of what this is indicating in terms of this reading topic, what's being exposed here could be your skills. And it's not just that, but it's like this person's going places, or you just like accomplished some sort of major like milestone, and that's being exposed, where it's like people can see all of your hard work, your investments paying off for you. I feel like either way you slice it, it's really positive. And whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be a good reminder for you to stick on your path, or maybe like a reminder why you're doing this in the first place. And the Ace of Pentacles too, it might even be indicating that somebody even wants to share with you how much of an impact you've made on their life, because the Pentacles can deal with like the 3D, and I almost feel like this is somebody that has taken your words to heart and has actively used them in their own journey. And they worked out for them, or like the advice you gave them, or the words of wisdom that you had for them, something went really well because they listened to you. And that Ace of Pentacles could even be somebody that's kind of like a testimonial, like for your work, where it's like, wow, you know, the collective told me that, I don't know, something about like a spiritual journey or a self-improvement journey, and that I, you know, took their advice and I, you know, went places with it, and wow, I'm so grateful for that. It could be something like that, like a reminder, or even just a reassurance that what you have going on is important, and what you're doing here is important, and it matters. It could even be something like that, and it just makes you feel super happy. Like the Sun card is really that bubbly, excited, bright energy, in my opinion, where it's just like you feel super excited and happy, and like really, yeah, just like excited and happy. You feel light, you feel like things are really going your way. I want to see what's underneath that Sun card. Strength card. You've been strong, you've been patient, you've been courageous. And that kind of goes back to this idea of like you've been making the right choices. And that's paying off for you in a big way. Okay, so yeah, your success is being exposed in this first part of the reading. So either people are seeing how hard you've been working on something, or they see that you've become very knowledgeable in a certain area of life maybe. You help other people. There's something about healing as well. You're a healer. Maybe just simply being around you heals people. Interacting with you heals people. A conversation with you could heal people. I feel like that could definitely be something for someone out there, where you have somebody literally approaching you or sending you a message, or, you know, whatever it is, they want to tell you that you really helped them in a major way, maybe on their own path, on their own journey. They listened to something that you had to say, and it's like they put that into action, and it really paid off for them. And I feel like there's something about like wanting to thank you for that wisdom, for that advice, for whatever that was that they benefited from. And I feel like that could make you feel really, really happy, because it's like, yeah, maybe you were doubting yourself. Maybe you were like, well, is what I'm doing that important? You know, does it really matter? And it does. It's making a real life improvement, either to your life or to someone else's life. But I feel like even if it is that other person's life, you're still going to benefit from other people being successful, if that makes any sense. I feel like it's like success for you, but it's also success for whoever interacts with you, or maybe engages with you in some way. Maybe even if you're on social media, this person sees your post and maybe you have like really positive quotes or something, and it's like, you know, maybe they saw a quote and it really spoke to them, and it gave them inspiration to maybe go down a certain path or something, you know? It could be really anything that you do, and like how you show up is healing for other people, and it makes a real life impact for the better. It's really beautiful energy I'm getting. Let's go on to the Knight of Pentacles then, to see what that's about. Who or what is being exposed with that Knight of Pentacles? Please and thank you, Spirit. Who or what is being exposed with this Knight of Pentacles? Please and thank you. Who or what is being exposed with this Knight of Pentacles? Okay. Anything else for this Knight of Pentacles? Okay. Let's see. Interesting. So, clarifying that Knight of Pentacles, the Sun card upright. The Two of Cups came out like this, very interesting. Oh, little bumblebee, I think. And then we have the Ace of Swords, the Death card, Two of Pentacles, the World card, and then bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. A lot of major arcana already in this reading. Fixed signs, so that would be Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. Sagittarius shows up here, Leo shows up here. Yeah, again, the fixed signs, Scorpio and Pisces. Those are like the main ones. So I want to say that this Knight of Pentacles could very well be your energy, where it's like you've been working at something slowly and steadily. You've been making proper, well thought out investments into something, and I feel like it's like the key to your success, that like consistency that you've been putting into your work. So it's like you're coming into this time of brightness and maybe even celebration, but it's like there's something about how people can see that this didn't just happen overnight. This is not like one of those overnight successes. This is something that you've been steadily at work at. And it's like your hard work and investments are paying off for you. And other people will be able to see that success, but not just the success. They will see the effort you put in to achieve that success, to manifest something here. And with the Two of Cups coming out like this, I actually feel this sense of you putting love on the back burner for now, or maybe until this point of success. And it could be because you really just wanted to focus on your investments. You wanted to focus on the things that are going to build you that physical abundance, monetary abundance, that sense of fulfillment. There's like other things that you've been focusing on that don't involve romantic love. So I feel like you kind of, it's not that you're completely closed off to it, because it's coming out like this. It's not like it's coming out in the reverse necessarily. So it's like, I don't think that you're completely closed off to love. And I think your energy probably is, you know, very loving, very kind. So it's not like you're completely without love during this time. But I think in terms of romantic love, maybe you saw that as too much of a distraction right now. But also that could have been a really good thing that you did that. Maybe you know yourself well enough to know that if you are in a relationship, your attention goes to that person. And maybe sometimes you fall by the wayside. You forget to prioritize yourself during those. Or I guess it could really be anything. You know, love can be a distraction sometimes, for sure. Or maybe your love life was just such a big headache that you were just like, I'm gonna just focus on something else because this isn't working. I almost feel like too, like maybe there's even something here about how when you invest so much into your work, maybe love comes after that, or maybe as a direct result of you investing into your own work or your craft or whatever it is. Very nice. And then the Ace of Swords, which is really about revealing something. So that's kind of fitting for this tarot theme subject here. Something coming to light. It feels like information or truth. Maybe you share your ideas with the world. You could also be somebody that talks about maybe your own truth or the truth of your... It feels like you're shedding light on your knowledge, or you're opening up with your wisdom, your knowledge. And I feel like that's significant and helpful probably for other people. And then there's the Death card. So that speaks to me of like very dramatic change here. I feel like maybe, because especially with the way that the Two of Cups came out, maybe you were somebody, and I touched on this topic in the last reading I did, where maybe you were part of like a codependent relationship dynamic, or maybe that was something that you fell into. Relatable, by the way. But it's like maybe you were like trying to heal that codependency that you had within you. Like that feeling of like, I'm only complete if I have a partner, if there's somebody else in the picture. But I think you maybe even purposely put your love life to the side so that you could focus on you and maybe feed all of that love that you would have fed into a partner. Instead of doing that, you fed all of that love back into yourself and into your life, your home, you know, your direct family or community. Because maybe in the past you were very, you could have even struggled with impulsiveness when it came to romance. Where it was like, maybe you jumped the gun a few times, where it was like, you like somebody so much that you're just like maybe ignoring red flags, or you don't know everything about them, but you're jumping into a relationship with them anyways. And then you figure out down the road, down the line, oh wait, this person isn't exactly what I thought they were, or who I thought they were. I feel like there's a maturity to you that maybe you didn't have before in the past, which would make sense, right? Like, I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to say. Like, whatever age we're at is the oldest we've ever been. So if we look back at our past, obviously it's going to be more than likely that we were immature in the past because we were younger, right? Not as experienced. But it feels like something here. You could have also been like shutting down anything that wasted your time. You're not afraid of ending commitments or, you know, cutting off people that may not be in alignment with where you're at or where you're headed. And maybe in the past you were that kind of person to maybe like look past red flags. Maybe try to sort of project your ideal partner onto someone. And yeah, I think you were probably in like really uncomfortable relationship dynamics that you're not falling into anymore. And it's because you've gained wisdom and experience, I want to say. And so you're simply not doing that anymore. Especially if you were like any sort of pushover in the past. Maybe when it came to romantic relationships, you're definitely not that person anymore. The Two of Pentacles is an interesting card to come out after that Death card. Actually, I think that Two of Pentacles came out with the World card. I think they came out together. So there could be something about finding balance within your emotions, within yourself, within your surroundings. And the World card very much deals with closing out old cycles, beginning new ones, and this is usually a positive thing. You know, closing out those old cycles of, you know, dating people with red flags that are like, you know, really significant, or, you know, just kind of doing whatever it takes in order to like please that partner rather than also prioritizing yourself or neglecting yourself. I feel like you've grown this sense of balance, and now you're closing out those old cycles. You're no longer that impulsive person. You're no longer maybe insecure to the point of being codependent with someone. You're on to bigger and better things here. And it does feel like a bit of a glow up. Why do I feel this sense of like people seeing you glow up on them? And this feels like it's such a specific feeling I'm getting. It's like I see in my mind's eye like maybe a Facebook page or a social media page, and people that you went to school with are saying, what the hell? Like, can that be the same person I went to school with? Because you've grown and grown up so much that you may even be slightly unrecognizable to the people that you went to school with, or the people that were in your past to some degree. Again, I'm being drawn to those red ribbons. And I never really noted those ribbons before, but for whatever reason, in this reading, the red ribbons seem significant. It almost gives me this sense of like forming a band-aid or a bandage over difficult times or difficult circumstances. I feel like there's this sense of you having to piece yourself together, maybe after something traumatic happened or significant. I feel this sense of you kind of pulling yourself back together and becoming your truest self and trying your best to be in a high vibration or in your alignment to enlightenment. People see how much you've grown and that you are going somewhere. That World card can sometimes speak of like travel. Oh, and also the World Wide Web. So maybe that's where I'm getting that like social media image in my mind. Is like, I feel like somebody's looking at like your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, whatever you got. And they're just like, I feel like their jaw is on the floor, because it's like, how is that? You know, it's like they're looking at maybe the yearbook photos or something, and they're just like, how does that become that, you know? You're glowing. There's a glow in you that you didn't have in the past, and it came through healing yourself. You cared for yourself when no one else did, or that's maybe how you felt on this journey. You did a lot of like healing work on like a really deep level that is undeniable, I want to say. People can't deny that people can't say that you didn't improve yourself or that you didn't do the hard work, because it's so evident through you who you are showing up as now. And maybe through the work that you do, it's like so obvious that you have really transformed. And this is not the kind of transformation that takes place every day. This feels very much dramatic and significant. People are shooketh. Also interesting that we have the Hangman at the bottom of the deck, and we're about to clarify the Hangman here. So double confirmation for Hangman. In this context, this bottom of the deck energy, I feel like that is the energy of people watching you. And the thing about the Hanged Man is like, he's actually in a trap. And it's not an ideal situation. He doesn't actually want to be in that trap. But through being in that trap, he sees things from a different perspective. He starts to open up his mind. And there's that state of pausing and reflection. And I feel like there's something about people like pausing to gaze at you or something, or like the people from your past are just so stumped. Like, how did you transform so dramatically? Maybe they're even trying to think back, like, were there any signs of this person or this person's potential back in the day? Because it could even be people that overlooked you in the past, or didn't see your potential, didn't see what you were capable of, and they feel kind of dumbfounded. Because I think that they feel uncomfortable that you glowed up, whatever. They see this glow up and they are puzzled, and it feels like there's almost this state of disbelief and kind of like staring. It's interesting. I don't know why I'm getting this. It's like, maybe, yeah. If you live in like your local community, in terms of like maybe your hometown or something, or close to your hometown, it could be like even like people bump into you at the grocery store and maybe they don't even recognize you at first, or they're just like, what the hell? Yeah, there's something about people literally just being like in awe, in shock. It's just like, it's like they may even be speechless. They may even be speechless where it's like, I don't even know what to say about that, because it's literally insane. I have never seen somebody transform so much. I have never seen somebody glow up this hard, is kind of what I'm getting. It very much is like people from your past are seeing this transformation taking place, and how much it's serving you. It looks good on you. Whatever this change is, it looks real good on you. And I think it has something to do with that like divine wisdom, or that like heavenly glow that you are radiating. I'm gonna see what's underneath that hangman. Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay, so first off, this could definitely be your energy, where it's like that Knight of Pentacles energy that we're clarifying, that slow and steady progress and investment was what you were doing for a really long time. And then the Knight of Swords could be suddenly that starts to snowball in a really positive way. All of that hard work that you've been investing for a really long time, suddenly things start to speed up in your favor. And so that could be a sign there for you. Like, things are gonna start going quicker. Maybe you're gonna be coming quickly into your own success now after investing a lot into something. But on the other hand, it could be one of these people that are like staring at you in awe, wanting to come forward to talk to you. Maybe they want to glow up too, or maybe they just want to like check in. Maybe it's been a while. Maybe they kind of want to get to know this new version of you, especially if they never really connected with you before in the past. But I feel like you're sparking a lot of people's interest. And it could even be like high school friends, middle school friends, or maybe not even friends, maybe just peers that you went to school with. And they're just like, how did they transform like that? That's crazy. Because this isn't the type of transformation you see every day. I'm going to look underneath that, that Knight of Swords just out of curiosity. Eight of Wands. Okay, somebody is coming. Well, the thing is, like, both of these can indicate somebody wanting to come forward with communication, but they can also indicate forward motion taking place and fast forward motion. So I feel like not only is your success speeding up, and like the payoff of your hard work is starting to speed up now, but also people want to come in real quick to chat with you, to pick your mind, or what is that saying? They definitely want to chat with you. They definitely are curious about you, I feel. You're probably super attractive as well, so I'm sure not all of these people are just curious about your glow up. I think some of them probably want a piece of that. But it's very interesting. Yeah, these people that were like in shock about your transformation, now they want to come in towards you. But I would suggest to reflect on how these people treated you in the past, because it could speak volumes about the character of these people. know, if you were bullied growing up, if you were called ugly, if you were socially ostracized by these people, and now all of a sudden because you look hot, they want to be a part of your life, they want to come in and annoy you, or hell, even date you, I would maybe consider, although I'm sure that probably would be really nice, that taste of like proving these people wrong. I'm sure that would be very fun to kind of maybe even you know, kind of roll with whatever, but I would maybe just take some time to reflect and remember what took place in the past and think about, did this person treat you with common courtesy? Did they treat you like a human? Especially if they did not have this kind of energy for you before. It's like, is it the physical, superficial elements that make them want to behave better? That make them want to entertain you as a dating option? I would definitely consider that, personally. But you can do you, obviously. Everybody has free will. I'm not gonna be here trying to remove free will from you or, you know, convince you not to exercise your own free will. But I would maybe just consider that, you know, especially if it's somebody that maybe bullied you at one point, or maybe even were complicit in that bullying, where it's like they didn't necessarily bully you directly, but maybe they were like saying mean things behind your back when you walked past them, or maybe they didn't stop their friends from bullying you. Just worth considering. That's all I gotta say about that. Let's go into the Hangman. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who or what is being exposed with this Hanged Man energy? For the collective, please and thank you, Spirit. I'll take that stack. Even though I don't usually like to take stacks like that, I'll take it for this one. So, okay, this is actually a lot. Oops. Well, it probably is telling us a story, so we'll go with it. So, clarifying that Hanged Man, we have King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Hierophant, Seven of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor, King of Swords, okay, the Moon card, the Chariot, and then bottom of the deck, we got Justice. Honestly, there could definitely be a part of like, even if you don't seriously want to entertain these options that all of a sudden have feelings for you, all of a sudden are attracted to you and acting different from your past, even if you're not like intending on pursuing them or having them pursue you in that sort of way, it may kind of be fun to kind of just be in that moment of like, I got it like that now, you know? Like, and it's just like, I don't know, realizing that you have the power in the dynamic, which maybe you weren't used to in the past. Because that Justice card is feeling like, here's a balancing of the scales. I feel like it's almost like this reading is talking about how you're being exposed, but in the best way possible. People are seeing all the things that are lovable, exciting, beautiful, special about you. I think you're going to have a lot of options too. Yeah. Because we got the King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, the Emperor, King of Swords, and then there's also the Hierophant. A lot of people are thinking about you. There's, with that King of Pentacles, this is somebody that's very grounded, mature, secure within themselves, within their life. Pretty confident. And then the Three of Cups followed that. I would say look out for third-party situations, especially if there's somebody like running in towards you all of a sudden, and they may have a partner behind the scenes that they're really hoping that you don't ask about or know about. I would definitely just be aware that maybe some of these people coming towards you may not have the best intentions. They may want to involve you in a third-party situation, but not necessarily, because it also could be like something about how maybe you're celebrating something with your friends, Or maybe some of these people want to come in and be your friend. It is possible that some of them have a hidden agenda of wanting more than just being a friend, but they may feel more comfortable, and it probably would be more realistic for them to come in and be like, do you want to get to know each other to become friends? And then maybe grow something from there. So the Hierophant energy feels like your energy, and it's like you are being put on a pedestal and being looked up to, but it's not like you don't deserve it. You have like a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. You have important things to say, important things to maybe do, like a purpose to fulfill here. People definitely go to you now for advice. A lot of people believe in what you have to say. And it's interesting too, like even in this image, these two people are facing towards the Hierophant. And I feel like it's like all eyes on you. Something's going on here where it's like all eyes are on you right now. And it's probably even people that you didn't even expect to have their eye on you, you know? And I feel like there's something about a past, such as high school or middle school or something, maybe college even, depending on your journey and your story. But it feels like there's something about people from the past who overlooked you, who may have thought that you didn't really have much going for you. Maybe you were awkward, maybe you were weird, maybe you were unattractive in their eyes, and then all of a sudden they're switching things up. I would say to also be just cautious of that as well. And if you're in that Hierophant energy, I'm sure that if people come forward and they're like maybe curious about your journey, or maybe they want some advice from you, I feel like you're the kind of person to be okay with that, and you kind of like to help people. So I would just be aware that maybe some of these people don't have the best intentions, because I think that you have a very sort of pure heart, or at least pure intention with like who you are and what you're doing. The Seven of Wands, so I do see you probably having your guard up around certain people, and that's probably a good thing. Keep those boundaries in place. Don't let anybody push those boundaries, push past those boundaries, or ignore those boundaries. That could also be a good sign. It's like who's willing to, well, I can't think of another word, but obey those boundaries, you know, that you're setting. And that's kind of how you probably came into this success in the first place, was through building strong boundaries. And then the Eight of Pentacles. You've been hard at work for you've been hard at work at something for a very long time. And I feel like people are seeing you mastering something. You're really good at something that you're doing here. And it could be that Hierophant energy. Also, the Hierophant energy could also be an indication that someone here wants to like have a long-term commitment with you. That could always be a possibility. I think you're gonna have your guard up naturally when it comes to certain people, especially if it's like, yeah, God forbid you were bullied growing up, like, and then all of a sudden your bully wants to be BFFs, and you're just like, weird. That's strange. Because it's something about who you are now. You have plenty to show for it when these people see you. So whether that is just through going through a glow up physically, or it feels multifaceted though. I really don't think it was just simply a glow up on the surface. It feels deeper than that. And I feel like most people can see that. And they can also see how you've been working on yourself, on your life. You've been personally improving your circumstances. And then we have the Emperor and King of Swords here. So it's like you have three characters at least here that are watching you, observing you, and seeing who you are. And these are people that may have not even known you that well in the first place, because maybe they had no interest in getting to know you in the first place. But now they do. Their eyes are open wide when it comes to you. So So certain people may even be a little bit intimidated by you. I feel like you're gonna have a mixture of people that are intimidated and also people that are very like focused on you. I feel like it's gonna be a pretty wide range of people and how they respond to this glow up and your success. And then we have the Moon card and the Chariot that came out back to back like that. It almost feels like this is even taking these people by surprise. With that Moon card, I feel like you've been doing this hard work maybe behind the scenes for some time now. You've been focusing your energy on something and it wasn't like visible to other people at first. But now people see that you are heading places, important places. You have a purpose here as well. There's something bigger than that. You're also somebody that is not afraid to leave their comfort zone. You're not afraid to take action anymore. Maybe at one point you were. Maybe at one point you were controlled by your fears, but that's no longer taking place. People are very much in awe because it's almost like it could even appear at first like an overnight success, but it's like if they actually took the time to look into it, they would see how long it's taken you to get to this point. And that it's not just some sort of miracle, it's not just some sort of overnight success. This is something that you have steadily invested in. And you've pushed yourself with that Chariot card. You pushed yourself past your comfort zone. You also, it feels almost like this is the kind of energy that would, any opportunity that they have to free themselves from their comfort zone or to explore outside of their comfort zone, it feels like you're excited to do that, and you know that that's only going to help you. It's only going to improve you, and it's only going to lead you towards the success. People are super impressed with you. The Emperor feels significant as well. I feel like that could be somebody that's seeing how powerful you are and they're like, oh damn, like this person could be a good partner for me. And the Emperor doesn't feel that way towards everyone because like there's only one Empress in the deck, so it's like you just give off that ideal partner energy, I feel like, during this time. And somebody here in particular, I want to say, with that Emperor card, they may act like they're not watching you, but they are. Because they are showing up in this reading and therefore they are in your energy, observing you. But I'm getting this energy of that because maybe how powerful they are or important they are in the world. They could be, you know, publicly recognized or something. But the way that they are, I feel like they try to play it cool. They try to act like, oh, I don't even notice the collective. Yeah, I'm just doing my own thing over here. Meanwhile, they're like, they keep watching you because they can't, they can't look away, but they're gonna act cool. You know, they're gonna act cool on the surface. Like, I'm not even bothered by anything like that. You know, it's this silly energy. Whoa. Okay. Justice. I think it's gonna feel good, and I feel like, you know, it may seem a little petty, but I feel like you're supposed to enjoy this part of your journey where people just come out of the woodwork and they want to work with you, they want to be friends with you, they want to talk to you, they want to date you, you know? And I feel like Spirit kind of wants you to fully feel that moment of like, you know, these people that didn't want me before, now they want me. Or, you know, I never had this many options before, but now I do have all these options. There's something here about like, I feel like Spirit wants you to enjoy this feeling of like really feeling like you have it all, or feeling like your progress is so evident to everyone, and that validation could be satisfying for you because it feels like it's even like a karmic justice. Maybe people even want to apologize. That could definitely be it too. But again, it's weird that they're apologizing now that you're hot, right? Or that you have some sort of success going for you. I don't know. Because it's like, would they have apologized if you stayed the same? If you looked exactly how you did in middle school? Like, worth examining, I guess. I'm going to see what's underneath that Justice card. Knight of Wands, so yeah. You're attracting a lot of people. People are going to want to come in. Some of them are just going to want some hanky-panky with you, but other people are probably going to want to pick your mind and kind of see, like, you know, how did you get to this point? What have you been doing? Like, you were glowing. What's your secret? You know, there could be like a bunch of different people with different intentions. But I feel like you're very attractive, so it's going to be probably a lot of people that just naturally gravitate towards you and want to be a part of your life. Oh, and in terms of significant zodiac signs, we have Cancer, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Yeah. Let's go on to the Star card. Clarify that. Please and thank you, Spirit. Who or what is being exposed in relation to the collective with this Star card? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Anything about this Star card that you'd like to indicate? Inform the collective of? With this Star card. Clarification for this Star card, please and thank you. Who or what is being exposed with this Star card for the collective? Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything else about this Star card that you would like to... One more. Anything else about this Star card? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. Ah, nice. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So, clarifying that Star card, we have, oh, this was the one that came out first. Two of Wands, Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and then the Justice and the King of Wands came out together. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. So we have Aquarius, Libra, fire signs, earth signs, air signs. Yeah, a lot of fire energy. But this is interesting. Because yeah, you know what? And the way that this person's face is directed towards this way, it almost feels like this is somebody that's like looking towards the past. And I feel like you're going to be glowing, or you're going to be standing out in a major way. You may even be getting famous, even if it's just locally. People start to know your name, people start to know your face. There's like something significant about your energy now. Like, you are the star. You are like the one that people want now. And the Two of Wands to me is feeling like, usually it's a card of planning, but I don't really get that energy. I get this as like people are looking back at the past, trying to connect the dots. Because maybe even there's something here about you being more charismatic, more outgoing. You know, maybe in the past you were kind of like in your shell, afraid to talk even. And now all of a sudden you're like, the Star card does represent Aquarius, and I don't know if anybody knows any Aquariuses out there, but they love to gab. They got the gift of gab for sure, which personally I love, but yeah. Anyways, people are looking back on the past and they're trying to find any correlation or connection. Like, it's like that that scene from Always Sunny where Charlie has the, you know, the strings and the like pictures on the wall. He's just like, you know, I'll include it. I'm sure you probably already know what I'm talking about, but I'll include it in case you don't. Because it's like people are like, literally like they're trying so hard to comprehend your glow up because it's so unlike anything they've ever seen before. And so they're looking back at the past like, have they always been that hot? like, have they always been that motivated? Have they always been that outgoing? You know? And it's just like, they're literally like trying to piece everything together so that it makes sense. But I feel like you're just one of those people that, well, for one, you didn't peak in high school, which may be a good thing, but also no offense to anybody that peaked in high school, because I really don't believe in that. But I think that certain people feel that way about themselves. But anyways, especially because like, there's like so much toxic, superficial social media and stuff. Like, it's just like, yeah. Anyways, where was I going with this? Yeah, they're trying to connect it to make sense, but I feel like there's something about your glow up that is just special. It's unlike anybody else's because it's your glow up, you know? And no matter how hard they look at the past trying to connect these dots, it may never make sense to these people, and that's okay. The Three of Swords, now I see. This Three of Swords is probably indicating that these people are in heavy regret. Especially the bullies. The people that they know they did you wrong, they hurt you. They wanted you to doubt yourself. They wanted you to feel unlovable. They wanted you to feel depressed and stuck. There's a lot of people looking back on the past and how they treated you. And now that you're in this star energy where you're glowing and things are going your way, I feel like a lot of people feel sad and maybe upset with their former self. It really is giving that energy of like, be careful who you call ugly in middle school. Oh, gee whiz. And the Queen of Pentacles following that, I think, is really beautiful because there's a certain effortlessness to that Queen of Pentacles. She just minds her own business, does her own thing. There's a sense of calm and groundedness. And, you know, somebody that's just kind of focusing on what they have going for them, you know, building abundance, security, stability in their life. You definitely are staying humble through all of this. I don't think you're getting some sort of big head on your shoulders or you're having like a big ego. I don't see that. I think that you're very humble. You're still down to earth. And maybe that's also surprising for people because it's like, well, if I had a glow up like that, I would not be nice. I would be a bitch, or, you know, I would completely abuse my power if I had the power to attract people. You know, it's like, yeah, some people may be a little bit confused, like, why and how did you stay humble through all this? Interesting. Justice card again. And it's interesting that the Justice was followed by the King of Wands. I feel like this could be an indication that somebody could be coming in to kind of spice up your love life. Maybe it's been kind of stale and stagnant for some time, not really doing too much, but I think you're really catching the attention of someone here. And this could always be maybe somebody from your past, but it doesn't really feel that way to me. And if it is somebody from your past, they probably would like to apologize and then maybe try and pursue you romantically, which is weird, but especially if they were like a bully in the past and you're just like, okay. You know, kind of odd. There's something about that Justice card that keeps hitting me as like, enjoy this moment. Savor it. That's what Spirit wants you to do, because it's like, maybe in a way it's slightly healing for that version of yourself that was bullied in the past. That former version of yourself that felt unlovable, that felt too weird to fit in, that felt too awkward to get along with other people or something. There's something about this that is going to really touch you deeply, and maybe it will be slightly healing for your inner child to kind of see the impact that you have on others now. Because that's the thing too, is like, you've always been worthy of love. You've always been beautiful. It's just a matter of other people catching up. Yeah. And the Knight of Wands, there's definitely some people that may just want to like something temporary and spicy. Those may be their true intentions. I don't think that's this King of Wands, but it could be other people that kind of want to come in. Some people could be fantasizing about you, and they want to come in to make those fantasies a reality. But yeah, you may attract a few players because you're in such a beautiful light right now. But that's okay, because I think you have a strong sense of intuition. And Spirit's right beside you, I feel. So I don't think you're going to fall for these people that think they're like, you know, the best player ever. I'm going to see what's underneath that. A Knight of Wands. 9 of Cups. You're full of wish fulfillment. And it's interesting, like I was getting earlier, you have something physical, or you're going to have something physical to remind you of all the hard work that you've invested. Something to prove to yourself that this path that you're on was not a waste of time. You're going to have something accumulate over time, and it's going to be like, I can always look at this when I'm losing motivation. You know? At least I'll always have this plaque or whatever that indicates that I'm on the right path. And what I'm doing here is important, necessary, purposeful. But yeah, so especially because you feel super contented within yourself, within your life, and within your work, I think that's going to definitely attract people who just want to like a temporary thing, but also people that want long term as well. So it's going to be kind of a thing, a process for you to kind of weed out who is what and what is who, you know, like what are these people's intentions truly and whatnot. But it's honestly really exciting. I think this is going to be really a really exciting period for you. And I feel like Spirit just keeps saying, enjoy this, enjoy this. This is meant for you. Especially any success that you come into. It's like, this isn't happening for no reason. This is all because of you and the hard work that you put into yourself and into your life. Yeah. So the bottom of this deck is the Tower card. So honestly, I feel like this is going to shake people's worlds up. Their whole world view could change because of your glow up, because of your transformation. People, like the way that people thought about how other humans work, people that thought, like they had these like certain beliefs or belief systems, and it feels like you go in direct contrast to those beliefs or whatever it is. And so people are having their whole reality questioned or shook up, because it's like, if this person's capable of transforming to such a strong extent, what does that mean? Does that mean I can transform? Does that mean Jimmy Jr. down the street can transform? Like, you know, there's just something that's going to be so mind-blowing, and it's almost like your glow up is going to make people feel like their whole world view has shifted in some way. Crazy. I'm going to see what's underneath that Tower card. 10 of Swords. Interesting. Some people are in pain because of this glow up. But it makes me wonder, are they the people that tried to put you in this 10 of Swords energy? Such as bullying? Okay, so one or two of you may actually get a little petty, and, you know, to each their own. Everybody has their own way, I guess. But you may want to kind of have some sort of satisfying interaction with one of these people that may have hurt you really badly in the past. And I want to say giving them a taste of their own medicine. I don't know if you would go so far as to do what they did to you, but maybe it's just enough for them to want you, and maybe you kind of keep them dangling there because you're like, well, this is what you get. You deserve it. Because I do think that people really try to hurt you. Many, many people. Different situations. They also made it so that you couldn't see clearly. You couldn't see your own potential. You couldn't see your own beauty. You couldn't see your own value. I'm curious what's underneath the Ten of Swords. Five of Swords. Yes, Five of Swords. That is actually my bullying card. I typically associate the Five of Swords with that bullying type of energy, where it's like people that are just mean and they thrive off of being mean to other people and trying to take away other people's power. Okay, crazies. And I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. Yeah. I'm just gonna see because it's starting to slide off. Judgment. Oh my gosh. Now they're facing their judgment, their final judgment, so to speak. Where it's like you now have to reflect on who you used to be. These people that are seeing you, they have to reflect on who they used to be, how they used to show up, how nice or mean they were to you. Most of them are probably, you know, seeing how badly they treated you. There could definitely be a lot of people in regret about that. But yeah, these are people that were just nasty. That Five of Swords energy is just somebody that really doesn't really care how other people feel. And they may even get satisfaction out of hurting others, unfortunately. Which is a very sad existence, but what can you do? Okay, let me move my leg. So let's break out the Oracle, see what it has to add to this. Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything to add to this beautiful reading for the collective? Anything else you'd like to add to this for the collective? Any messages? In relation to who or what is being exposed for the collective? Thank you. Weird, I thought one flipped over, but it didn't. Okay. One more shuffle. Nope. Okay. Anything else, please and thank you, Spirit? Okay. Let's go with that. Interesting. So, the first one that came out is the Martin and Foxglove. This represents mischief. So, not everybody that wants to be in your business has proper motives. Some people could be just trying to start mischief. Yeah. So again, just like kind of listen to your intuition. But again, I think you're going to have a very strong intuition and be able to tell who's who in this. Like who's actually genuine, who's superficial, all that fun stuff. And then we have the Goat and Willow. This represents overcoming obstacles. So these people that may have literally tried to put obstacles in your way to get you to slow down, to get you to doubt yourself, to keep you from going forward, I feel like now they have to taste their own medicine, or they have to, I don't know what the phrase I'm looking for is, but they have to see you overcoming everything that they tried to put in your way. Because maybe they were really like, yeah, it could have been like they really thought they had you. That they had you trapped, that they had you second guessing yourself. And then we have the Vulture and Asphodel. This represents upheaval. So yeah, these people's world views is changing dramatically, but also your transformation has been revolutionary, I want to say. Like literally there's something that is just like mind-blowing about this transformation. Mind-blowing about the person you are. And it's going to shake up a lot of people. And then the Cayman and Poppy came out, and this represents dreams. I think that this is definitely a good card because it's showing you that you could have had this reputation of being a bit of a dreamer. Maybe you didn't really do well in school because you were always daydreaming or something. But it's like you went towards your dreams and you're coming into success because you believed in your dreams. You believed in the vision you had for your future. And so you went towards it and you're having that success. And I feel like, although, the haters are going to hate, there's going to be people that may be more upset with your transformation and the things you have going on now. But at the same time, there's going to be a group of people that are in shock, but also they're like, wow, if the collective can go after their dreams, maybe I can too. So it's like you're not going to just make people jealous or whatever. You're also going to inspire many. Yeah. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the duck and chrysanthemum, and this represents luck. People are going to be seeing you and they're going to be thinking like, oh damn, that person is so lucky. And maybe there's certain opportunities that do make you lucky, but overall, it's that hard work that you've been investing. It's not luck, you know, it's that dedication and devotion to yourself, your goals, the things you wish to accomplish in life. So it's like, don't let anybody say, oh, you just got lucky. No, because that's probably them hating and projecting and all that. I feel like it's a mixture of both, where it's like, yeah, because you invested all of these, you know, invested all of this hard work and stuff into yourself, your path. Yeah, you're probably going to get some really lucky opportunities out of that, but at its base, at its foundation, that's all you know? Yeah, beautiful. So I really hope you enjoyed this, because this was actually a really interesting reading. I did not see this coming. I literally thought it was going to be like drama, like other people like gossip and stuff, but no, this is all about you, and people are blown away. But yeah, so I hope that this resonated. If it did resonate, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me, and we can be a little bee family together. If you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you the next time that I upload. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!